So with chapter 1000 about to come out, I thought, you know what, I need to make a 1000 video, right? And I'm going to make 3 of them, right? This is the first of 3. And I'm not even sure what the other 2 are going to be about. But I know what this one's going to be about, right? It's going to be about Scopper Gaban coming out in chapter 1000, right? And the reason why I decided to make this video is basically because I don't want to make a video trying to predict stuff that could happen, or even just possible stuff that could happen, especially after 997, right? Who theorized that, technically speaking, right? So I just want to talk about just the fun possibilities, not the likely possibilities, not the definitely possibilities, the fun possibilities, right? And that's what we're talking about today here with Scopper Gaban. Now, obviously, if you haven't already, please sub to the channel. I like the support I've been getting so far. So all you guys who even just watch the videos, thank you so much. And for those of you who want to know if there's spoilers, I mean, it's up to 997, but I guess for some of you, some point in the future, I'll update the spoilers, right, when the anime finally catches up. Now, coming back to the video, I want to talk about Scopper Gaban showing up in chapter 1000, because that is a very likely thing, not a likely thing, but a very interesting thing. That's the word. I should stop saying likely. This video is not even about likely. Very interesting thing that I think and I would like, right? And people have been wondering where Scopper Gaban is for the past, who knows, since we got his name, right? Since we got, this is Scopper Gaban, this is the guy on Roger's crew, one of the main people up there, main fighters, main crewmates who was on Roger's crew back then. You know, I'm even of the belief that he may even have been Silver Axe back in the day, because obviously he's 2 axes, but really nothing else. People have been thinking about him since, you know, we saw that one cover spread with what's his name, Crocus, and some guy with the hat and the coat, and people were like, maybe he's from Wano, maybe it's Shiki, but then Shiki wasn't, you know, friends with Crocus, so maybe it's Scopper. When Whitebeard went to war, they're like, that one bald guy, that's Scopper, mate. Probably, why would they show some guy if it's not Scopper, right? And even in Wano, we've been so interested in wondering what Scopper is doing. I remember when we finally got to see Dendro as a young guy, people started theorizing, oh, maybe, you know, maybe Dendro turned out to be Scopper in the future. That's who it is. Or maybe some people were wondering, oh no, maybe it's Zora's master back in the East Blue. And then now with Marco coming in, there was that one panel where it seemed, we're not sure if it was striped or it's just the way that light was hitting the piece of clothing, that it may have been, you know, someone else who joined Marco and came to Wano, and that's Scopper. That person's gonna come out. Recent chapter we saw Sanji get caught, and they mentioned how, you know, someone else got caught as well. This is not the first person that they've caught, they kind of implied, and people are like, oh, maybe Scopper's like Sanji, right? Maybe he's a hero, a gentleman like Sanji almost. And then he got caught. And then we'll see him kind of captured the way Roger was captured by the Marines, the way Rayleigh was captured to become a slave, and now he's been captured by the Beast Pirates. And that will be the reveal for chapter 1000. And I think that is a really great idea, right? Now let me tell you, if I was writing One Piece and I was revealing Scopper, I think that the way I would do it, right, is that, you know, chapter 1000 will come around. Everything is getting very exciting. All the people are nearing Kaido. All the matchups, everyone's kind of falling into place. You know, I've given you guys, you know, the little tidbits, all the little fights that you guys wanted to see. The Zoro little bits, the Brook little bits, the Chopper bits, you know, some Robin here and there, some Nami and Usopp dynamics, page 1 and Ulti. You know, maybe even hinted a bit of Hiyori at you guys, seeing the people in Wano, and now we get chapter 1000, and we're kind of like you guys are rubbing your hands together to find out what's going on. And I feel like what I would do is that, first of all, what we would need is kind of like, for most of the chapter, to not be anything new, right? Not be anything wow. And so you'll spend time maybe seeing a bit of Sanji and, you know, trying to get out, and then, you know, maybe in the background you hear that, the guy, like one of the guys we caught, you know, he escaped, he managed to run away. It's like, oh, don't worry, he's just one of the samurai, won't do much. No one even knows his face, right? Nothing to think about. Just something in the back of the chapter that you guys won't even notice until later on. And then you go on, you see Luffy, he's on the 5th floor or something like that. And then he gets stopped there. Queen shows up, you know, Queen and Who's Who are there like, whoa, what's going on? Where you guys trying to go? So Jinbei and Luffy are stopped by Queen and Who's Who. Kid, I don't know, maybe, who knows? Big Mom finally shows up to the top in front of the door, and then Kid finds Big Mom, and, Big Mom's like, woo, who is this? He's like, oh, Kid, I heard you were messing with one of my sweet generals. You're gonna talk about that. So now Kid's, handling Big Mom somehow, trying to get past her to Kaido, and then Zoro and Mihawk. Zoro and Marco is still stuck with King. And then, right, Kaido is just chilling, being like, yo, you see, no one's gonna stop this world of violence, this world of mayhem. This is about to become a pirate's paradise. Maybe even we'll cut back, see some other people, maybe see some Perospero with Wanda and Carrot. Then you guys will be like, okay, I think I see what's going on. Maybe I'll show you a bit of lore. And then finally, when you think like, oh, like, Kaido's about to drop on Onigashima for the first time, maybe there'll be multiple trials of this onto Wano, and then before he can just like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna drop it right here, right? Someone comes to attack him, he's like, whoa! And then he blocks, and it's almost like a repeat of what happened with like Jack and Ashura Doji, that's his name. Where Kaido blocks and the attack still goes, and then he gets the scar opens. It's not Zoro, people, it's not Zoro. But you don't know that, right? Actually, you just see like the silhouette, almost like it's Zoro again. I'll make people think it's Zoro again, right? So the Zoro fans go mad, like it's a troll, right? And then you think it's Zoro because of like the same stance, the same similar silhouette, right? And then he cuts Kaido. And then all of a sudden you see like the facial reveal, the box there, Scopper Gaban. Kaido's like, Nani? And then finally, we see him look at him, and it's kind of like he's blurry. And then he remembers in a flashback, cut back to the Rocks takedown in Gone Valley. And there he remembers Scopper Gaban from back then as well. Close the curtains, end of Act 3. That's how we'll do it. And then maybe in chapter 101 or something like that, go cut outside the world for like, I think 3 chapters. I think last time we did for like half a chapter or 1 chapter, then 2 chapters, so maybe 3 chapters this time. Then come back and start with a Kaido flashback from kind of just before when Kaido joined Rocks all the way to Kaido and how he ended up being who he is. Then back into the main story. But that's how I do chapter 1000. I'm pretty sure that getting a Scopper Gaban kind of reveal would be great, right? Because we've heard a lot. But on the other hand, I mean, I really don't care, right? Some people will say, what's the point of him being in the story? But I really don't care, right? Sometimes just getting it is enough. You don't need rhyme or reason, right? Just getting it is enough sometimes. I think another way that Scopper Gaban could be revealed is that he could actually just do nothing, right? I think that would be great as well. To kind of see all this excitement and rushing around, people getting beaten, people fighting, all this fierce war, everything. And then you just have one guy just walking through chilling. Because Scopper Gaban's gonna be like as OP as Rayleigh was when he showed up, right? And maybe, I feel like Scopper Gaban could be a guy who likes to drink a lot. Like now that he's old, he just spends a lot of his time drinking. He doesn't really... He's just he's one of those guys who seems like a drunk, but then he can also get really serious, and then it's game over, right? So maybe I just have him walking around, right? That would be great as well. He's just kind of walking around the battlefield, and no one really knows, like you won't really know who you're even following, right? You just see like someone drinking a bit, be like, then he'll look one side, and then you see what's going on in the hall. And then he'll be walking around, maybe thinking some random thoughts, and you're trying to decipher what he's thinking. And then you see him look one side, and he looks outside, you see Perospero and Wanda, Carrot, that fight. And then maybe he comes back inside before, some rubble flies, and sees on this side, there's Frankie and Sasaki. Walks around. He's just like, yo, should I go downstairs? It's like, no, it's probably only poneglyphs down there. I mean, there was that red one in that one room, something like that. Hint all these things. And then maybe he goes then maybe he just kind of like comes through the main performance, just jumps, right? Why can't he jump this high? No one knows. He just jumps, reaches where Queen was. Queen's maybe off fighting somewhere at this point, looks down, sees everything that's going on. He's just like, so Kaido's up there. I wonder what's been happening up there, right? And then he just kind of goes past the stairs, beats up, what's his name? Poker and that other one, Smile user. And then finally walks to the roof and then takes a look at Kaido. And then all of a sudden it's just like, nah, I'm going back down. Then he goes back down and says this is going to be a tough one, right? Because he sees Big Mama as well. So this is going to be a tough one. And then he leaves. And then you kind of get a reveal at the end of, you know, Scopper Gaban, right? Kind of guy who wants to help, but he doesn't want the hassle at the same time, kind of thing, right? I'm just throwing out ideas about how Scopper Gaban is. And then maybe at the end there, it's kind of like you get that reveal, and at the same time, now people can theorize all these thoughts he's been thinking. Are they related to who he was? Connecting it to Roger. People throwing theories out there. At the same time, we've gotten to see where everyone kind of is in the situation at the same time. Because sometimes it's like in time. Is this at the same time? Did this happen before? Like now you know at the same time where everyone is. And have the Scopper Gaban reveal. Right? And that could be chapter 1000. I would be happy with that, right? But this is just all assuming that only Scopper shows up in chapter 1000. Now, I'm not sure which other crazy ideas they could be for a chapter 1000. So give me some ideas. We can talk about how that would be great for it to go down. If I should do a mix of like different ideas put together and put them into chapter 1000, let me know as well. But I would say just one thing with this. I feel like chapter 1000 is not going to be jam-packed with 2 billion details and something wild on each page. I think there will just be like one or a couple of big things which will pop up. And that's going to be it, right? Not jam-packed every single page, every single panel with stuff. But give me some ideas. What else can we talk about for chapter 1000? What thoughts do you have? And when I say thoughts do you have, I'm not talking about it's likely or not likely. Even if you think this won't happen at all, but it would be cool, let me know down in the comment section down below. This is going to be the end of the video. What do you think? Would that be a great chapter 1000, or should I have done it a bit differently? How would you review Scopper Gaban if he came in chapter 1000? What would you have him do to make sure like, whoa, this is the guy who made chapter 1000 worth it? Anyway, guys, this is it from me. As always, guys, like the video if you like the video, subscribe for more. If you know someone who needs to hear the truth about Scopper Gaban in chapter 1000 and how that would be cool, share this video. If you have time, watch one of my other videos. If not, thank you for watching this video thus far, guys. This is King KZ. I'll see you in the next one.